Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jacob Restituto, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation we're about to have and that you guys are hopefully going to be a part of. I'm here with Danielle Marie Sings. Let me pull her up on Zoom. Here we go. So here we are, Danielle Marie Sings. Danielle Marie from Danielle Marie Sings, the YouTube channel. A lot of you guys seem to be fans of hers and her channel, and I'm really looking forward to having a really cool conversation with her. So first of all, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day. I know that I'm sure you have plenty of other things that you could be doing, so I want to say thank you for taking the time to be on the channel and taking the time to, answer some questions and show a little insight into your life and the life of a singing YouTube vocal coach, essentially, right?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I'm looking forward. I love talking to people, and I love doing these interview style things. Like I have a show called Drinking with Jacob where I interview all these different industry professionals. I love learning about people and their lives, so it works for me. So if people want to watch me talk to you, that sounds good to me. Yeah. So can you introduce yourself for the people that don't know who you are and haven't heard your stuff yet or your senior channel? Can you give a little 30-second recap on who you are?
Yes, so my name is Danielle Marie. I started YouTube a couple years ago, but really started doing it seriously when the pandemic hit. I am 25 years old. I'm a professional vocalist, but I love teaching on YouTube to people who maybe, have never sung before, or they want to know more about singing and just everything that goes into a performance. And so I do reaction videos and kind of teach alongside those videos of kind of breaking down the performance.
Very cool. That was a great recap. I take this as a compliment, please. Don't take. But I actually thought you were a little older based on how you carried yourself. You carrying yourself a lot more mature.
Thank you.
So I actually want to say though that being 25, I'm impressed that you carry yourself very well, and you seem to have your stuff together very well, which you don't all the time see. Well. From what I see from this digital world, it seems like that. So I want to compliment you on that. And I also think it's cool because, so I think that, I don't know, the age barrier is nice to sometimes break because it becomes more relatable. Because I just turned 26 2 weeks ago. So it's like, oh, wow, somebody else that's doing something very similar, to me that's not 40 years old and not 16 years old. It's like, hey, look, I'm you know what I mean? I'm doing it. So it's cool. I thought that was cool, actually. So when did you actually start? You said you started a couple of years ago on YouTube. And so let's answer that and then we'll go into a little further with that.
Sure. So I think I started my YouTube channel when I was in high school, around 2012 or 2013. But cool. Everybody has a YouTube channel, right? They just upload random stuff. And they always tell you to find your niche of what you want to do on YouTube. That's the best way to build, an audience. And so I was like, okay, well, I know music is my niche in some way, but how do I differentiate myself out of all these other singers? I want to be a singer. I want people to hear my voice. I want to make a difference, but how am I different from the other, 7,000 million people that starts a YouTube channel? So I kind of slowly started uploading covers since high school basically. And I would do vlogs and try to figure out what I wanted to do. And then my husband, he actually told me, he was I would always teach him in the car about oh, this singer just did this. That's incredible. That's amazing. And I would teach him all about singing. And he was like, you should try to do that on your YouTube channel. What if you watched videos and then you talked about how the singer did it, explain to people kind of what you're explaining to me. Cause my husband's saying this, I never knew that was hard for that singer to do, but you're saying they're in their mixed voice or their chest voice. And I'm learning all this new stuff. And so I love teaching. I'm a vocal coach in real life, right? Not on the screen, but so I love teaching other people about what I'm passionate about.
Very cool.
Once I did that, it kind of took off from there. People really
So when did you start that? When did you actually start doing the reaction style stuff?
The reaction stuff, I think was in October or November of last year, 2020. So when I first started my channel, I was only at 135 subscribers. It was kind of a crazy, this sort of thing, running, kind of freaked me out of how many people like started following me, because I woke up the next day after posting this one reaction video and I had gained like 1,000 subscribers, and my like that video had like so many views, like 5,000 views, and I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, what is going on? So I just kept doing it, and I hit like, I don't know, 30,000 subscribers in like 3 months or something like that, because I just kept going really hard.
Yeah, I hear that, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you said you had a husband. So how long have you been married for?
So we're coming up on 3 years in November.
Very cool. I appreciate that, because my wife and I are also coming up on 3 years, and you don't see many people in November.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Yeah, November what?
4th.
We're the 10th or 11th.
Nice.
We've been together for so long, I don't even remember. Like we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
Dating. But you don't see a lot of young people that are married, so I appreciate that too. That's very cool. Good for you guys.
Thank you.
So you said you want, one of the things you were saying is you wanted to be a singer. You wanted to do these covers and stuff, and then do you find that like what would you love to do? Like, do you want to be like a pop star, just like writing your own songs and singing your own songs, or do you want to, like, are you happy being, just giving lessons and stuff?
I think it's like a mix between both of those things. My biggest dream and aspiration would be a Broadway singer. I would love to be on stage. I'm more of like a Broadway type singer. Although I can sing pop, I'm in like a little band that we do like hip hop and like rap songs and stuff, and I kind of in like the girl voice in that band. But I love Broadway. So
that's cool.
I mean, who knows? People you see on social media all the time, have a big following, and then one day somebody sees them and then they're like, oh, I really like your voice and I want you to do blah, 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 blah. So, or a Disney princess voiceover would be another dream.
That's cool. That's unique. I like that though. That's super specific and super unique. I like that a lot. That's actually really cool. Yeah. So who would you say a couple of chat questions we have for you. 2 questions that so far that would probably most related to the conversation we're having at the moment. What was the first instrument you learned to play, and who were some of your influences?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't play instruments like that well, but I self-taught myself piano. My family plays a lot of instruments. My brother plays guitar. My dad played and taught trombone growing up.
Wow,
my mom
that's unique.
plays the piano. So we had a big grand piano in our house growing up. So I kind of like self-taught.
Oh, I'm envious of the grand piano, man.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
I know, it's awesome. I was like, oh, thank you. Because I live in an apartment, so I can't really have a nice piano in here, a little keyboard or something. But I like going over to their house. They live close to me, so I go and play their piano.
Where are you from?
Orange County.
California?
California, yep.
Very cool.
So originally I was born in Michigan. My family is from Michigan, and we moved here for my dad's job, like right when I was born. So I've basically grown up in California.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
High taxes over there.
Yeah.
But New York is not much different at all.
Yeah.
I think we're number 2 right behind you. And so what are some of your influences, would you say?
Singing influences?
Yeah, I guess so.
Right now? One of the biggest ones was probably, I loved Jordan Sparks. I still love her.
Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. Remember that song with Chris?
Oh yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up with such like big belting voices because I always wanted to have that sound. So like Demi Lovato is another one. Who else? I'm trying to think.
Did you ever go like classical and like see? Not this might be an insult to some people that like, I was gonna say classical, but Celine Dion, but like she's not necessarily classical. Like she just to me she'd be considered classical. She's not like you said Jordan Sparks or Demi Lovato, but I didn't mean it. And like she's old. I just meant it.
I probably I didn't really listen to Celine Dion. Like I know her songs, but she wasn't one that I really like sang at the top of my lungs. Another one would probably be like Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
Like really like stuff like that. Like big voices.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you mentioned that you're big, you know, you would love to do Broadway and stuff. So have you gotten into the like Broadway reactions on the channel?
I should do that.
So Hamilton is huge on YouTube. There's a huge I found them randomly through YouTube. Like people had requested them, and one of my students had said, "Hey, can we learn one of the songs from Hamilton?" And I was like, "Sure." I had no clue what it was. So from that, and my family had. So I'm not super into musicals. Growing up, never was into it and stuff. But then my sister and my mom were like, "Oh my gosh, you have to watch Hamilton. You're gonna love it." I was like, "Have you seen it yet?" First of all.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
All right, so I was like, yeah, whatever, cool, like it's a musical, whatever. So then my student was like, "Oh, I want to learn one of these songs," and I heard the song. I'm like, "Hold on a sec, this is totally not what I thought." So then I did a reaction to it on YouTube also. And I was like, and the people loved it, so I was like, "Oh, hold on a sec." There's 46 songs. I went through every single one of them, and it was huge. It was a huge, and people were like waiting because I would do one a day. So people were like knew 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was posting a Hamilton. You should totally get into that, man. It'd be really cool.
I know. Okay, I'll see. I think I would have to do it in a different way because I try to react to songs that I've never heard before. So like a clean ear, I want to be like surprised of what's happening. And I don't like reacting to something that I already know what's going to happen, but maybe a way that I could do this is like a live version of the song that I haven't heard yet.
Sure.
I'm so like in all the Broadway songs. Like I know every song, you know, that's what I listen to in the car and everything. So I'd probably have to do it in a different way like that, where it's like a live version.
I wonder if you could also do some sort of like first time hearing, you know, Hamilton in a year or first, you know what I mean? Like, cause like, I don't know about you, like, but I personally don't listen to a ton of music outside of this because like, I just don't have the time to, you know what I mean? So like, this is where I listen to a lot of my music. So it's not like and I don't drive anywhere anymore. So I'm pretty much home all the time. So it's like, that's when I would also potentially listen to music. So like, if I hear a song and I like it, it's like, wow, that's a great song, but I'm not necessarily going to go hear it again for a decent amount of time. So that's another option too. Or
yeah, that's a good idea.
Or even covers of people covering some of the Hamilton songs you could do, maybe. I don't know. Those are just all ideas.
That's a good idea.
But I think that'd be cool, man. I would definitely be interested to see your perspective on Hamilton, because that was wild. And some of those voices were wild.
Yeah. Well, and there's different casts too. So even if I've heard like the original, you know, cast, maybe there's somebody else I could listen to as well. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Absolutely. Did you end up going to college?
I did not go to college.
Nice.
So during the years I was supposed to go to college, I actually had an agent, and I was acting in Los Angeles, like trying to do that. And I went and like I applied for college, and I think I was online, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this like assignment's gonna be due next week," and I was like, "That's too stressful for me." And I like just didn't go. So I like went to college for a week. But
so I appreciate that. So we're actually very similar, because I went to 1 year of college and then I dropped out to do music full time. So did you graduate in 2012?
2013.
Oh, that's when I graduated. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I went in 2013 to 2014 and dropped out after that first year.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But that's
not
cool.
For everybody. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, and it seems like you're like able to make a living off of what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I love that, because I think that the world, I'm sure you probably did too, so many comments from everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that, you know, and now it's like, it's cool to see like, hey, actually you can be an inspiration for other people to say like, actually, no, you don't have to, and you can actually make something out of your life, you know.
There's not certain check boxes you have to check off to go life. It's like where everybody thinks that. It's like, no, you can, you know, have your own direction too. Yeah.
Do you, how did your parents take that? Like,
they're entrepreneurs. They'll support me in whatever I do.
That's great.
So, yeah.
That's
I think
cool.
my younger sister is actually the first one that she's going to college. She just graduated. Well, she's actually been in college for a year or two, but she's actually going to college. So she's the first one to go.
Very cool. Is your husband an entrepreneur?
He works for his family's company. So he's been working for them for like 15 years.
Cool.
So he's always been working with his family, which is great.
Nice. Very cool. My wife is a nurse, so we have the we use very different sides of our brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to start a podcast with her. It's be called like Both Sides of the Brain. Because like, you know, I have the creative side, and she's very creative too, but like, you know, but she has more of the analytical side, and I think it'd be really interesting to see how we handle different situations as you know,
that's a great idea.
We'll see if she hates being on camera though, so like we'll see.
That's good. Then just her voice, no camera.
Yeah, we could do an audio podcast. That's actually a pretty cool idea. I guess I see.
That's what my husband is too. He's like, no, I don't need to be. He's not on social media. I don't want to be on the camera. He'll only join me if I do like lives because everyone loves him. Like they'll be like, Mr. Micah, Sir Micah. I don't know why they call him that, but they just love him because they think he's so funny. Like, oh my gosh, it was.
His name is Micah?
Micah. Mm-hmm.
So that's funny. I've noticed like a lot of the international people will comment with a Mr. or Sir or something like that. That's so funny. Do they say like Mrs. Danielle Marie, or do they
say like Miss Coach and
really
Miss Danielle. Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's interesting how the you could see like where people are from based on like how they address you. A lot of I often get like a lot of Mr. Restituto, and I see that a lot from more like the Philippine area. They'll address me by my last name, Mr. Which is funny because like Mr. Restituto makes me feel like I'm old.
Yeah, you're like, what is that? Who is that?
That's funny. So, where do you see yourself going? Like, do you see yourself continuing on this path? Is YouTube like a means to get more clients for you? Or is it to get yourself out there as a singer to be potentially a Disney princess? Or I love that, man. I think that is the coolest aspiration ever, actually. That is really cool.
Well, because everyone comments, like anyone I ever meet, it's like, oh my gosh, you sound like a Disney princess. And then they hear me sing and they're like, oh my gosh, you are a Disney princess. I have that like voice and that like characteristic about me, I guess. But I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Just put me in.
No, I think that'd be really cool, man. I'd see that movie.
Yeah. Thank you. So YouTube for me right now is more of like my hobby. It's like how I kind of use my creative side and get to like edit and all of that. Cause my vocal coach business is like my business. But yeah, I would say it definitely helps me get more clients because I'll have like international students, which is cool. I have like international students in Australia and the Philippines, which is really, really awesome. I love that.
That's got to be a unique scheduling. Yeah, I was just about to say.
It's a little hard with the time because it'll be like 8 p.m. here and like
8
a.m. there. Yeah. So that's a little hard to do, but it's very fun. And then, I would say just it's a way for me to, you know, put my music out there and just like create a family that, you know, is all over the world. And somehow somebody maybe will see me and want to put me somewhere.
Hey, look, it's been what, 6 months for you, and you already have like, what was it? Did I see 60,000 or something like that, or
46, almost 46.
Yeah. So.
Which is crazy.
You're on an insane track. I mean,
I can't even believe now that I was like talking to you and saying like, oh yeah, I didn't start until like October. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like a lot of people.
So like you're on like this rocket ship to the moon. Absolutely. Good for you.
I'm so grateful. I just oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Absolutely. Have you how often do you perform live? Obviously nobody really did COVID year, but like like if we take that year out of the thing.
I mean, I'm a worship leader as well, so I sing at my church a lot. That's probably like the most like singing in front of people that I do right now.
Same here.
I was working at my church, and then I actually stopped working there because I wanted to like kind of pursue more of the YouTube and singing and be able to. I had so many things on my plate. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna volunteer at church instead and do this. And right when I started auditioning for like musicals, that's when COVID hit, and I was like, no. So I was trying to get back into like stage acting and do like big productions like that. But then this happened. So that's a bummer. But yeah, my stage is now the internet.
Yeah. Hey, you know what though? That's the biggest stage out there. Absolutely.
Yeah. And people luckily, through church, I actually that's where I like met my band that we're in.
Cool.
And they also are like my videography team, and like they help with my audio and stuff. So I do like one actual really high production music video like every other month with them. And so they helped me kind of film that. And so I have another one coming out in April with them. The first one I did was the driver's license. And
how do those do? Like, is it worth the time for you?
Yeah, it does really, really well. Like, I was actually really surprised because usually my covers will get like half or like a little bit more than half of like the amount of views that I normally get on like my reaction videos and stuff. But this one did really well. It hit like 10,000 views in 3 weeks or something, which was big. But also we released it like the same week driver's license came out. So like driver's license came out, I learned the song, we recorded the next day, and then we released it like that next Friday. So I think it was also
in the mayhem of it. Yeah,
it was like, oh, people were looking up because everybody was obsessed with it and wanted to hear everyone sing it.
Yeah.
So that was good. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But what's cool is we filmed that like in 2 hours because we did vocals live.
Cool.
A lot of people don't know that. That's why like the microphone is there, like because people are like, oh, why do you have the microphone there? I'm like, because I was literally singing like live. We do 3 or 4 takes and we sing it live, and then they're filming at the same time. And someone's like sitting somewhere with a really long extension cord recording my vocals so we can do it really quick. That's another thing, is that it doesn't take too much time. It's only 2.5 hours, which is crazy that we were able to film it that quick and it came out so great. But yeah.
No, that's cool. Absolutely. So what would you say like your YouTube? Well, actually, before we go into, I have a question from the chat again. But what are you still singing at church? What songs are you guys singing?
Let's see. Well, Easter is coming up, so
yeah. Are you singing for Easter?
Yeah.
What do you guys use? Planning Center?
We do use Planning Center. Yeah. Right now they haven't requested me yet for this one, but we just sent over the songs that we possibly are singing. So we sing stuff like Forever for Easter. Forever He's glorified.
Carrie Job.
Yep. And then The Blessing, that other one.
Carrie Job.
Beautiful Name is one of my favorite songs to sing. I love teaching that song too because it helps students learn their 3 voices, because you're in your head voice first, then mix, then
interesting.
It's a really great way to kind of like teach them that.
That's cool.
Great Are You, Lord is another one of my favorites. And then Awake My Soul.
Those are great songs. Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, we're singing. I'm singing on Sunday, and I'm singing Freedom by Bethel.
Oh, nice.
That's the one that I have for the track.
Nice.
So cool. Oh. So then, what was that?
No, nothing. I was just saying nice.
Oh, cool. So what would you say your YouTube routine is? I'm really curious about this. So shout out to the person that requested that.
No. Who asked that? No. Okay, well, so when I first was starting YouTube, I was very, very busy. Like, just to give reference, I nanny, I have my vocal lesson business. I also have a princess company where we go to like children's parties and do like,
oh, that's cool.
And I've done that for 7 years. So I have that. So 2 businesses, 1 nanny, and then I do YouTube. And then I was also working at the church at that time.
Would you ever consider like putting some of that content on your YouTube channel? Like maybe the preparation of getting ready to become the princess for like, I think that ties in totally to like your goals. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I know it does. I put one thing on there. I like dress up as Ariel and I sang, Part of Your World. I think it would fit better on, I also like started a little vlog channel where I put like more of that stuff.
So why did you do a separate channel? I'm curious. Cause I see like some people do like, in their bigger channels, like 1 million followers, they'll put up 10 videos a day. And then other people that will have like segmented, 200,000 followers on 6 different channels. And I'm like, what was your thought process on that?
I did like a lot of research when I started gaining more followers on like what keeps followers interested, and like what do people want to see when they look at your page. And normally when people come to your page, they want to see it like pretty clean and know, like based on the first 4 videos that like usually show on their screen, what it is that you do. So there'll be like a reaction video and then like a video of me singing. They're like, oh, this girl is like a vocal coach and she sings. But then if I have like day in the life of Danielle, vocal this, you know, dressing up as a princess, and I put all my interests, it will just be very one over the top, because people are be like, what do you do? They don't know what you do at first. And it's better for people to know like exactly, like I do these 2 things on my channel and that's it. And then I looked up like why you'd make a second channel, like what's the
benefit of it,
benefit of doing that. And it's just like those people will subscribe to that channel who want to know more personally maybe about things about your life or like what you do. So on that channel, I'll do like vlogging, what I do to get ready for certain videos on my channel.
Oh, cool.
It's like behind the scenes.
What is that one?
Like that one's just Danielle Marie Vlogs.
I gotta check that out.
And so that one I'll like show like, oh, I had to dress up as a princess and I had to do like a video on Fiverr. So this is what I did. Or,
oh, interesting.
I dressed up my best friend as a princess, like, and she cried, you know, like stuff like that. It's just like more things that are more personal to me that I wouldn't put there, because this will be more uniform and professional. And then the other one is more like Danielle having fun and all that stuff.
Interesting. Very cool.
My routine, I didn't finish. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. I got sidetracked too.
It's okay. When I first started getting followers back in October, I was freaking out. So I had so much on my plate. That's why I had to stop working at the church so I could like have some kind of free time. I would be filming, editing, and uploading a video in one day. Nice. And it was exhausting. So I was like, how do people have time to film? Like, I don't understand. And this is like, I was getting like 2,000 subscribers a week. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I need help. I don't know what to do. And I ended up like taking a break in December because I got a really big client for my princess company. We did like a big drive-through event, and it was booked every single day, December 1 through December 30th, basically, where we would dress up. It was insane. And so I was like, there's no way I can do anything. So I stopped vocal lessons for that month, stopped YouTube, and just like relaxed. And now what I do, which is working so much better, is I have like a certain day that I'll film, like 1 or 2 days a week, and I'll film for like 2 weeks in advance so that I have everything like ready to go. So right now I upload 2, maybe 3 videos a week. And so I'll just make sure that I have those ready. Sometimes if I have enough time, I'll be able to film like a month in advance for certain things. And I have like lists of songs like ready to go, and
you like schedule them?
Yeah, and I'll just schedule them.
So do you, I want to make sure, because I was speaking to a guy yesterday and do you dispute your claims on YouTube?
Do it. Oh, dispute. Yes. I just started doing that.
Okay.
Because Audrey told me to do it. Songs from Suitcase. She's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, she was like, do you dispute your songs? And I was like, no. And she's like, why? I was like, I don't know. I thought I could get, I don't know. So, yeah,
that's exactly what the guy said yesterday. He was concerned about that.
Trouble or something.
Yeah. So absolutely. I mean, and how recently did you do that?
Probably started that in January.
Do you have any idea what your like success rate is? Like, there's no actual number that shows you, but I'm curious. Like, I wonder if you looked back and saw.
I haven't looked back, but it seems to be like relatively the same. Like, I don't get that many that say like they've been released.
Really?
So, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know, but they do have a new button on there that's like, why are you disputing it? And it's like for teaching. And so I've been using that button rather than reaction.
Oh, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, because there's more stopping and teaching and like talking through than there is just like me sitting there like, oh, wow, you know, like reacting to it.
Same here.
So it's more of like, okay, Absolutely. This is like a teaching thing than
Absolutely.
that. So,
Absolutely. So, do you have any collaboration plans coming out?
Yeah,
so actually, before that, do you produce your own music, or do you like record and release your own music and stuff still, or?
So yeah, I just started doing like Spotify, and I have like my whole thing with that. But basically, all I have on there right now is the driver's license cover, which my friend Scotty, he's like my music producer. He produces all the tracks for our band and for that. So my band songs are on there. If you want to look those up, that's called Tarkins House. But we have like a whole EP and a couple singles out on there. But I'm trying to put more stuff on there. I personally don't produce music. I'm sure I could learn how to do it better, but right now I just have that.
How do you spell that? Tarkins House?
Tarkins House. TARKIN''S and then house. So the story behind that is basically, if you ever read like Narnia, in one of the books, there's something called Tarkins House, and it's basically like when you...
down here right there. Did I do it right?
Yeah, when you like... Okay. When you go into the Tarkins House...
Oh, you can't see what I'm showing. Can you...
Oh, are you showing it?
Yeah, sorry. I put it onto the screen. Yeah, okay. It's all good.
Yeah, and we just came out with a music video for one of the songs, and that was great. What was crazy, but I'm surprised that this got so many views. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I was just like, wow, that's amazing. Like, we started this YouTube channel. I made the YouTube channel for it, and it already has like 500 views that it got in like one night. And I was like, who's listening to this?
That's cool. That's cool.
Because we like just started that band in quarantine. Like, a lot of the recordings that we did were separated. Like, I recorded my vocals and sent it to Scotty. He mixed everything. You know, like the keys were separate. Everything was it was crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you do you record your own stuff too? Like, and do you write your own stuff?
Yeah, I'm starting to write more now. I feel like since quarantine happened, but yeah, I haven't released any songs. I don't know if they're any good. So.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I would love to feature Danielle Marie on a song.
Oh, so I would love to sing on your song.
All right, we're gonna set it up. I have a bunch of things. I'll send you some stuff over, and we'll do it. That'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun, absolutely. So anything else that you'd like to share with everybody before we wrap this up?
No.
If they were to leave with one thing, you know, like about you and your channel, what would you want it to be?
Oh my gosh, it's such a hard question.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'll answer it. Make sure you go check out Danielle Marie Sings, and make sure you go check out Tarkins House. And whenever the opportunity comes for her to be on Broadway, make sure you go check out and buy those tickets. But I really appreciate you being on the show. I'm gonna wrap this up on here, and then I'll thank you privately. But
perfect. All
right, so 1 second. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. I will see you guys in the next video. Definitely leave a comment below of who else you'd want me to have on the channel. I really had a good time with Danielle, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless and peace out. We gotta find. There we go. All right. Well, I really I appreciate.